Welcome everybody to a look and a review of a brand new Arrow Video 4K limited edition release, and it is 1976's Carrie. So this is directed by Brian De Palma. I've seen 15 more of his films, with the likes of Scarface, The Untouchables, and Carlito's Way being other favourites. And this is a supernatural horror film, clocking at 98 minutes long. Had a production budget of only $1.8 million, but in the US and Canada alone, it made $33.8 million at the box office. So a huge success. And yeah, stars Sissy Spacek, who I've quite frankly not seen in enough films, but I have seen him in the likes of Missing and The Old Man and the Gun, as well as Piper Laurie, who was in the Return to Oz film, the sequel to The Wizard of Oz, as well as John Travolta, who was in Pulp Fiction, Face Off, and In the Valley of Violence. And finally, Nancy Allen, who was in Robocop, Robocop 2, The Philadelphia Experiment, and Blowout, which again is another De Palma film, also starring John Travolta. So Carrie White, who is a shy and troubled teenage girl who is tormented by her high school peers and her fanatically religious mother, discovers she has telekinetic powers. Or telekinetic, even. Telekinetic powers. So this is the first ever film adaptation of a Stephen King novel. And considering how monumentally successful it was at the time, it is no surprise that it wasn't the last. And even though this film is now nearly 5 decades old, it still has themes that resonate to this day, while also still being a wholly effective effort. This is thanks to a really good cast. There's even more cast members that I've not mentioned, but all of the cast are pretty much really rather great. It's got another superb score by Pino Donaggio, who also did another favourite horror film of mine from the 70s, Don't Look Now, and this is also really rather good from him. It's properly lush score, but it's also got an inflection of psycho in it when Carrie uses her powers, and yeah, I really love that little element. There's even the town, I think, is called Bates, because the high school is called Bates High School. So yeah, another kind of reference to Alfred Hitchcock there. The pacing is also great. The cinematography is absolutely gorgeous, which is obviously enlivened by the 4K restoration that this has had. It's got a tense and gripping final act. Takes great care at giving our lead character plenty of depth. The plot is predominantly engrossing, and it has themes that transcend eras, genders, and sexualities to be relevant even today. Yeah, excellent film. Highly recommend it if you've not seen it before. Yeah, it's certainly the kind of film that led the way for other Stephen King novels to be made. I really don't think we'd have had the likes of The Shining, or all the other ones that we've had, like Misery and uh, Firestarter, I guess you could say, and all those other ones that came out after this one. But this is where it started, and if this hadn't been a success, it might well have been a lot more difficult to get those other films off the ground. And yeah, you're talking about a large proportion of film history based on Stephen King novels, and his influence from those novels and the film adaptations also influenced other people. So, yeah, had this not been a success, we might well have not had a lot of other films that are not even related to Stephen King. So, yeah, excellent film, and yeah, really rather nice box artwork. Now, it does come with a slipcover, which is a little bit flimsy, but it's only really to protect this, which is, yeah, really nicely done. Really nice hard box. Feels great, looks great. Nothing on the back for some reason, but yeah, nice new artwork on the front there. You also get the disc, of course, which again keeps the same artwork. Just a 4K with this, no Blu-ray edition or anything like that. But I've already had the Blu-ray for a very long time, so it's very nice to finally get the 4K version to replace it with. We also get several art cards, so minor spoilers for the film if you've not seen it so far. And they've all got Carrie written on the back as well. So yeah, it's a highly influential film. The prom scene alone is really influential. It's also got religious imagery going on it as well, especially with how one person in this dies. So yeah, plenty of them. Obviously, they are only at the end of the day shots from the film, but still nicely done enough. Then we get a double-sided poster, which includes the new artwork, which again, like I said, I really rather quite like. Come on. Stop my rip it. So yeah, I like the new artwork. I'll probably be putting that up at some point. And then we have the original artwork for the poster as well, which again is really good. Really rather sells the film, especially with the tagline, "If only they knew she had the power." If only indeed. They wouldn't have done what they did. But yeah, nice poster on nice thick paper and all that. We also get a booklet as well. Not a massive one or by any means, but still pretty decent. So yeah, we get the cast and the crew. Then we get Brian De Palma's Coming of Age by Neil Mitchell. Now I do believe that was in the Blu-ray booklet that came with this. Came with it. Then we get The Final Girls Zine from 2016. We get Introduction by The Final Girls. Then we've got We'll Always Have Carrie by Michael Blythe. They're Going to Laugh at You by Sophie Brown. Blood, Sweaters and Tears by Catherine Bray. The Woman That Remains by Chiara Marana. Then Phantoms and Fantasies from 1976 by Alexander Stewart. And then about the restoration itself. So, yeah, we've got shots from the film in the booklet itself, which is nice. Then we've got about the restoration somewhere. Find it, yeah. So the restoration itself is presented in its original aspect ratio of 1:85:1 with original mono and 5.1 sound. The original camera negative was scanned in 4K resolution and the film was restored in 4K and graded in HDR10 and Dolby Vision. The master was made available from MGM via Park Circus. So yeah, they've done quite a decent amount of work to this overall. And then we got all the extras on the disc itself. So we get the likes of optional English subtitles, commentary by Lee Gamblin, author of Nope, Nothing Wrong Here, The Making of Cujo. Oh, that's another Stephen King film, yeah. I really like that one as well. And Alexandra Helen Nicholas, author of Cultographies, Miss 45 and Devil's Advocates Suspiria. Then we get an alternate title sequence created for network television screenings. Acting Carrie, archive featurette containing interviews with director Brian De Palma, actors Sissy Spacek, Piper Laurie, Amy Irving, William Catt, and others. Then we got more acting Carrie interviews with the cast of the film. Then we got Visualizing Carrie from Words to Images archive featurette containing interviews with De Palma, writer Lawrence D. Cohen, editor Paul Hirsch, and art director Jack Fisk. Then we've got Singing Carrie, Carrie the Musical archive featurette on the stage musical adaptation of King's novel. Never knew that they did a musical version of this film. That's very interesting. And then we get Writing Carrie, an interview with writer Lawrence D. Cohen. Shooting Carrie, an interview with cinematographer Mario Tosi. Then we get Cutting Carrie, an interview with the editor Paul Hirsch. Casting Carrie, an interview with casting director Harriet B. Heiberg. Then we get Bucket of Blood, an interview with composer Pino Donaggio. That's one that I'll probably definitely be looking at. Horror's Hallowed Grounds, a look back at the locations of Carrie. Comparing Carrie, visual essay comparing the various versions and adaptations of Carrie across the years. Image gallery, alternate TV opening, trailer, TV spots, radio spots, Carrie trailer reel, and yeah, all of the limited edition packaging that you've already seen. So yeah, really excellent film. 4.5 out of 5 from me, quite frankly. Only really Scarface gets a higher rating from Brian De Palma's filmography. But yeah, ranks up right alongside The Untouchables and Carlito's Way. And yeah, for my money, is better than, say, Blowout and Dress to Kill, which are other films that have similar casts from this. So yeah, but nonetheless, if you have seen this film before, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. But if you do like this film, then I do highly recommend getting this 4K release, not just for all of the physical extras or for the stuff on the disc, but also because the film itself looks absolutely superb, especially when it comes to the prom scene with all the different kind of lights and the slow motion and the obviously when that thing happens. It looks excellent, and yeah, and the 4K just really makes this film look even better than it ever has done before. So yeah, but nonetheless, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.